I think it's because there's lots of people to look at. I think because it's like a scroll, it's almost like a Chinese or Asian scroll, and so you always want to know what's coming next. In Pursuit of Venus was very much inspired by seeing a French scenic wallpaper, and it's owned by the National Gallery of Australia, and it's a very beautiful work. It was made in 1804, but the work itself is called Les Sauvages de la Mer Pacifique, which means the savages of the Pacific. So when I saw this wallpaper and these characters, these people who were either from Maori from New Zealand, or Tahitians, or Niuean, Samoan, all these indigenous people that come from what's now known as Polynesia or the Pacific, I didn't recognise them. Their costumes were all wrong. The colour and their features were very different, and it was because this wallpaper was made in France and inspired by copies of illustrations and paintings that were made by very famous artists who accompanied Captain Cook on his voyage, his discovery, as he went through the Pacific. In Pursuit of Venus as a title comes from Captain Cook's following the transit of Venus. So pursuit, or this to pursue something, but also Venus from a Western perspective is associated with love or Aphrodite, and there's many artworks where we like to have used the idea of love, Pursuit of Venus, but with infected as part of the title. Also talks about the movement of pathogens around the world, but like the so-called the bird flu or the swine flu, all these kind of pathogens, try to find something. Venus is talking about Captain Cook and while he was on his travels looking for Venus. I mean, in some ways you call it a video installation, but in fact it's one single, very large single image, which at this point in time is delivered by multiple projections, and that it would take many, many years to make the work. And that sense of time meant that I kept meeting new people, new performers, new costume designers. I heard more stories that related to different people's experiences, cultural experiences. 150 to 200 people I worked with over these past 10 years. So we created a website, www.inpursuitofvenus.com, and I did that because I needed somewhere to have people's names and to thank them. And I felt for Indigenous people we deserve to be seen in something that's very big and generous, that there's many, many people from many, many different cultures, so that you get a sense of the complexity and the broadness of us.